Hi, this is Mr. Fernandez. Welcome to day 10 of our school closure, enrichment, and review activities. I hope you are all doing well, staying healthy, taking care of each other, and not going crazy, being cooped up in your homes. Anyway, here's a quick debrief for the short answer question that you were assigned. The learning target for this brief presentation is that you'll be able to answer this particular AP style short answer question effectively. This is the map in the short answer question. As you can see, it's basically a map of the end of the French and Indian War. 1763 is when that war ended, and this was the territory that was gained by the British from the French at the end of the French and Indian War. Here are the three prompts. We'll look at them one by one. The first one is briefly explain, let's quit, just a reminder that this is a cause and effect question. In fact, all three of them, of these prompts are either cause or effect questions. Prompt A is a cause question, and prompts B and C are effects questions. So let's look at prompt A. Briefly explain how one specific historical event or development contributed to or caused the changes in land claims depicted in the map. And here is my model. I start by restating the prompt. Also, by the way, I very importantly label my response A. And I start by restating the prompt. One historical event that caused the changes in land claims depicted in the map was, and then I identify the answer, the French and Indian War. There's really only one answer. You can let me know if you think that there might be another possible answer here. You might be able to get creative, but in the end, this is really the only possible answer to this question. It's rare that there's a question that only has one answer. This is one of those. But remember, they ask you to briefly explain how something caused something else. So saying the French and Indian War is not enough. You do have to provide a little bit of detail. So this is a claim, evidence, reasoning. The evidence here is that the war, the last of several clashes over land between the rivals Great Britain and France and their North American colonists, resulted in a military victory by the British. In the Treaty of Paris, France was forced to give up most of its North American possessions to Great Britain. And then because you have to explain how X caused Y, so X being the French and Indian War and Y being the changes on the map. Without this red part, the reasoning part, you're not really going to get the point. You have to just connect the dots. So go back to the land, go back to the map. Those territories that were gained by the British from the French are represented in the portion of the map labeled gained by Britain and lost by France. If you do that, you're golden. Prompt B. Briefly explain one specific effect of the changes. The effect of the changes in land in claims depicted in the map. This one has a lot of different possible answers. Here are the learning targets from Unit 2's study guide, and in one of the big sections. And this is a big section about the causes of the Revolutionary War. And really, in the end, the French and Indian War is certainly the cause of many of the events that led to the Revolutionary War. So you can talk about really any of these things here. The closer you get to the French and Indian War chronologically, the easier it'll be to connect the dots. But I can see how you might connect the dots between anything on this page and the French and Indian War. It just might take more explanation if you pick something from from later chronologically on this list. So I picked the Proclamation of 1763, which was immediately after the French and Indian War. I restate the prompt. One effect of the French and Indian War and the resulting changes in colonial possessions in North America was the Proclamation of 1763. I answer the question, and then I provide some details about that. I can't just drop Proclamation of 1763 and say that I've really answered the question. You have to provide discussion, details about any piece of evidence you bring to the table. And here I do that in a blue part there. I'll let you read that. I don't have to read it to you. Once once I finish that, then once again, because this question asks you, to explain one specific effect, it's not enough to just describe the effect, but explain how it resulted from the changes in the map. That's the red part, the reasoning part. Sorry, I messed up here. It was caused by the changes on the map. That should take care of that. And anyway, the red part there is what I do. The addition of new territories, a result from the Treaty of Paris, added to the administrative burden of the British government, compelled them to take drastic measures like the proclamation. It was because of the addition of the land taken from France that the proclamation of 1763 became necessary. I'm going to copy and paste this because I know the next one is also flawed or has the same error. Anyway, back to the short answer question. Question C, briefly explain another specific effect. So once again, I could have chosen any of these here. And I picked the Stamp Act. Let me fix this real quick, and I'll walk you through this answer. The Stamp Act, another effect of the French Indian War was the Stamp Act. And then in blue, I describe the Stamp Act, as you must any piece of evidence that you include in the short answer question. And in the red part, I explain how the Stamp Act is connected to the changes in the map. You won't get the point for this question if you just describe a historical event but don't connect the dots between the changes on the map and the historical event. That's what they want you to do when they ask you to explain a specific effect of the changes in land claims depicted in the map. You have to connect the Stamp Act to the changes in land claims depicted on the map. That's what I do there. Okay, that's it. So go ahead and score yourself. If you did all of these things that I did in A, B, and C, then give yourself 3 points. If there's anywhere you fell short, then it's all or nothing. So you get 1 point or 0 points for each prompt, up to 3 points total. Fill out the rest of the Google form and go about the rest of your day, and hopefully I'll see you guys soon. Take care, everyone.